Oh, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, God. Oh, whenever I burp, it's like an 80-20 chance that I'm going to vomit. Little baby vomits, and then I just swallow them. Like, I never, like, spit it up or, like, chew some gum after. Like, I just swallow it and go, this is it. This is my life now. Anyway, I'm back! I've been gone for a very long time, a month, and there is a very good reason. No, Jennifer, it's not because I'm being a lazy piece of shit. Actually, you're not wrong. I was being a lazy piece of shit, but I was also very ill. I got my appendix taken out and almost died. It was a fucking nightmare, and I'm suing modern medicine. I don't really know who to sue, so I just decided to go for the whole system, because guess what? The world revolves around me. I have one bad hospital experience and I'm shutting them all down. So this all started when I went back to Melbourne to go say hi, bye, like party with my friends, get drunk as fuck. And I did. I fucking did. When I party on the weekend, that means that from Sunday to next Friday, I'm going to be dead in bed, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, I've seen my granny start to dig my grave because she's like, it's over, we're done here. There's no coming back from it. It takes me so long to recover from drinking. It's mostly because I'm lazy, but also just because that's my luck in life, I've realised, is that I just don't get good things. So while everyone else is going out drinking and waking up the next day for breakfast, I'm waking up next Thursday for vomits. I last drank on Saturday, but I woke up on Tuesday and everything was fine. Like, I was eating fucking curry with my granny, walked my dog that day and everything. I was like flabby to Abby, like, let's go, I'm gonna be skinny tomorrow. But then it rolled around to 8 p.m. and I was like, oh, I've got a bit of a tummy ache. Something's going wrong. But of course, because I ate curry, I was like, oh, it's just the curries. Everything's fine. There was cauliflower in the curry, and cauliflower is known for making you have gas. So I was like, oh, I'm getting a bit of gas build up. I'm farting McFartface. So the fact that I can't pass wind is just, it's groundbreaking. Like, I can't fart, something's wrong. I was burping. I don't really burp a lot. Like, there was just like gas coming up and I was like, oh, I must need to like full vomit then. I tried like fingering my mouth, like, you know, like that scene in 21 Jump Street where they're like that was literally me, but like both hands just like, and nothing was coming out. Like, okay, great. This does nothing. And I think it's gonna have little short fat fingers. So I decided, well, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to get something else because I need to get this vomit out. Let's get this fucker out. Like, I'm gonna give birth backwards. So I go grab some tongs out the kitchen. Fuck me, I don't know why the fuck I picked tongs. And I was just like, because they're like so long and cold, it was like, oh yeah, here we go. I don't even have words to describe how much vomit was coming out of me. Niagara Falls would be the biggest understatement of a century. And it was all the curry, of course, but then it was also a lot of bile. I can't even talk about bile without gagging. Bile just, I have so many bad experiences with bile. And I stopped vomiting and I'm like, okay, I need to drink some water. Water makes everything better. Like, everyone's like, water is the medicine of the gods. They're wrong, it's not. I'm drinking water and it makes it worse. Like, I'm like, oh, now I'm really in pain. Like, I was on fire. I have never felt more pain in my entire life than this stomach ache. But I didn't know I had appendicitis. I had this terrible stomach ache before in May, and this is super important to the story, and I went to the hospital for it. Remember that? And we'll get back to it. Anyway, so I call the ambulance and I'm telling them, I'm like, I'm on a level 10 of pain. Like, and I never say level 10. Like, I always say like an 8. Like, you never do say level 10 because you know that it's not. But in that moment, like, it was a level 10. I was like, I'm in agony. I can't breathe. Like, I was treating my asthma puff like it was oxygen. Being like, and I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like, I'm in so much pain. Like, please. The guy was pretty much, his name was like fucking Dave or something. Like, the most basic fucking like you. And he sounded like he was laughing on the other end. And he was pretty much just like, nah, can't have ya, like, you're not sick enough. I was like, what do you mean I'm not sick enough? I'm on a level 10 of pain, I'm in agony, I'm literally crying on the phone to you saying I can't breathe. And he's like, look, you're just gonna have to go to your local hospital and just wait in the emergency room. And that's a 2-hour wait minimum. What? Huh? I cried. Like, I was like, what do you mean I have to wait over 2 hours? Like, I can't deal with 1 minute more of this pain, let alone 2 fucking hours minimum. But there was just no other options. Like, he wasn't going to send me an ambulance, so I had to go to the hospital. So I get in a taxi and I go to the hospital. I get to the emergency room and I swear to God, I'm like stumbling in there being like, I told them my information so quickly because I'd been to the hospital in May for the same thing. I'm sitting in the waiting room and I can't even sit in the chair. Like, I literally can't sit. I'm in that much pain, I can't even sit in the chair. I was sitting on the fucking floor, fucking cradle position, like everyone in that waiting room seems like they're fine. Like, they're having like laughing conversations with each other, like and I was like, is anyone in here sick? Anyone? Mind you, all the nurses were sitting in the window, like, of the waiting room, having fucking tea with each other. You'll never believe what I had for dinner last night. I was like, is this a joke? Like, it had to be a joke. And I'm in so much agony that I literally am blacking out. I was like dreaming while being in pain. Like, that's how intense it was. So 45 minutes in, I went to the counter and was like, hey, like, can I please have some Panadol? Like, I'm literally dying. Like, oh, I just need something. Like, and then she was like, I'll bring it to you when I can. Over 2 hours of being at Footscray Hospital, I go, fuck it, like, I'm going private. So I get another taxi and I'm in this taxi lying in the back, like literally hands like this. Like, he was like, probably thought I was dead. I looked like I was having a fucking stroke. Like, my eyes are going back, like. So we get to the hospital and I get out and I check in and they were so good. Like, they saw me straight away. They knew that something was wrong with me. Like, this isn't normal. I had this daddy as fuck nurse. I mean, he wasn't a daddy, he was like 20s, but his name was James and he was British. Lord fucking knows that Robert Pattinson oh my God, starts crying when they say Robert Pattinson is the love of my life. I'm not joking. Wait, let me get the doll. Robert Pattinson is so much the love of my life that I've got the fucking Twilight doll, honey. No pants on because he's always ready for a little bit of action. So in my unconscious state of I am in so much pain, I'm dying, I'm having a stroke, like, I was looking like the fucking exorcist. And I have this British guy talking to me like, we're gonna make you all better, love. And I was like, oh God. And he was just pumping me with drugs, which made me love him even more. So I was like, oh God, yeah. I was just picturing he was Robert Pattinson. Like, I'm pretty sure I called him R-Pats at one point. It was weird. So after all this has happened, I've been in the hospital for like 12 hours now, just like being pumped with morphine. They've taken a bunch of scans of me and then they go, you can't really see anything, so they're gonna have to go take an ultrasound. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. I'll go get this ultrasound done. And she's like, oh yeah, like, I can't really see your appendix either. Mind you, like, no one said it was because I'm fat, but I think it's because I'm fat. Like, so she was like, we're gonna have to go up inside your vagina. Bitch, where? What? Do I even have one? And then the only thing going through my mind in this moment is I'm a virgin. Is she gonna pop my fucking cherry right now? Like, is there gonna be blood gushing everywhere? Do I have to tell her? If I tell her, will she not prod and poke in my vag? And mind you, I have the hairiest vagina in the entire world. That's not exaggerating. I mean it. I don't think I've touched my vagina hairs in like 4 years. I could French braid cornrow my fucking vag hairs. Don't you worry about that. So she lubes up. Mind you, she's giving a fucking handy in the side. I don't know if she's trying to impress me with her skills, being like, look what I do to Roger every night. And I was like, fucking okay, bitch. And she goes, okay, it's gonna be cold. And I'm like, okay. And as she pushes it in, I'm like, I was so turned on. Like, I was literally getting off to it. And I'm pretty sure that I had like a minor orgasm and that was fine. And I'm very happy that Julie was the first person to go inside there. She was tender and caring and I think I'm in love with her. I'm back in my bed, back in my room, and the surgeon comes to see me and he's like, hey, like, we can't see anything wrong with your appendix. We can't really see it very well, but that's really normal, like, to not be able to see it. So we're gonna operate on you and we're just gonna take it out anyway. What? I've never had an operation since I was like 3 years old when I got my tonsils out. So I'm sitting there going, bitch, I'm gonna die. I'm a hypochondriac, well, self-diagnosed. And I think that means I'm even more of a hypochondriac than I'm self-diagnosed hypochondriac. I know that sounds so excessive, but like, when you are someone that thinks you're gonna die like every day and they tell you you're gonna get operated on, you're like, this is how I die. I was like, this is how I go. Don't even worry about it. They wheel me into the operating room and I'm like, okay, I'm here. And they're like talking to me, trying to just distract me, being like, so like, what do you do with your life? And I was like, I don't do anything. And they were like, huh. And I think that made them feel better because they were like, if she does die on the table, at least she was nothing to the world. And I was like, oh yeah, true. They put the anesthetic in, like, inject me with it. And you feel it for like 5 seconds and you just black out. That 5 seconds was the best moment of my life. Like, I was like, wow. Anyway, so I wake up from surgery and I'm still like fucking drugged up as shit. And I wake up to this, I wake up to this small Mexican man next to my bed. Maybe he wasn't Mexican, he just looked Mexican, and that might be racist, sorry. He was very cute. Anyway, so he's like, are you okay? Like, is everything alright? I was like, I'm in pain. And he's like pumping me with drugs. I was like, are you okay? And I was like, Jose, I need to tell you something. And he was like, what? And I don't know what he was saying because I don't remember any of this. He was like, who the fuck's Jose? And I was like, Jose. Like, I just remember like me mumbling, but I don't like really remember like what his reactions were. Anyway, so I'm like, Jose, I need to tell you something, And he's like, yeah, no, I get it, I'm gonna keep giving you meds. And I was like, no, Jose. And then that was my final words, was just, will you marry me, to Jose, the Mexican nurse, whose name wasn't Jose and probably wasn't Mexican. Then I got wheeled into the children's ward. And I'm not a child, I am 18 years old. But you better believe I was in the fucking littest room ever. And I fucking did a room tour, don't you worry. I went on a diet for 5 minutes and ended up in the hospital. Planned for discharge home. Discharge day? Question mark. Makes me feel really good while I'm here. Shit. My bed that I've been sweating in and almost shut myself in about 3 times. Side table, and this is my other side table. I don't know why I have 2. I think it's because I'm fat and I've been fat shamed. See? Children. Weird. This is where life support's meant to be plugged in, but I charge my phone. I also charge my phone on the monitor where they put all my information in. This is a little creepy haunted chair and the dark dingy hallway. This is the most disappointing window in the entire fucking world. You're not even ready. I'm just gonna look out the window today. Oh, this little drip bag. This is the drugs. This is the shit. This is the good shit. This is me currently flatlining. Rip Lameo. Not exactly sure why this is the most important sign in the room. Probably better things they could have stressed rather than falling over. The thing about this button, the emergency button, you can't reach it from the bed. Another thing, if you press this button, the little nurse button there, no one comes. No one. This is my elephant. His name is Rat for obvious reasons of the fact that he looks like fucking Ratatouille. And this is where the magic happens. Actually, no magic because I'm constipated as fuck and we don't even talk about this. I'm taking it with me. I need this at home. Imagine the setup. Me sitting on this, bucket at the bottom, laptop on my lap. Don't even worry about it. Thank God I'm constipated though. I've never seen a weaker flush on anything than this toilet. I would have plugged it days ago. So I see the surgeon the next day after my surgery. He's like, yeah, everything went well, like everything went fine. But you had about a few hours before your appendix burst and you probably would have died. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, like, it was really bad. He was like, I've never seen an appendix that bad and I've done a lot of appendix surgeries. And he was like, you had maximum like 2 hours. And I was like, huh? Like, he was like, yeah, like, luckily I took it out though, like, don't worry. And I was like, bitch, what? I went to hospital in May, to fucking Footscray Hospital. I mean, yes, I'm naming and shaming them because my life, even though I'm still alive, like, my blood is on their hands. So when I went to the hospital in May, I had appendicitis and they didn't do anything about it. They didn't even check if I had it. They did nothing. They just sent me home. And that is why I'm pursuing modern medicine. Or just at least Footscray Hospital. Also, the ambulance. Why the fuck the ambulance didn't pick me up? God knows. But then the drama doesn't end there. I'm home for 2 days before I look at my stitches and they're infected as fuck. So I go back to the private hospital and they put me in and they're like, oh yeah, bitch, like your stitches are infected. I'm like, oh, like that's fine. And they're also like, yeah, and we think you've got a blood clot in your lung. And mind you, the only thing that's going through my head in this moment is everything I knew about my life was right. I've always said I don't get good things, I have really bad luck, and it just is the way it is. And in that moment, I knew that I was right. I just stopped filming and started filming again because I needed to take a shit. My asshole bleeds so much. It's a heavy clean-up process. Back to my story. The thing that this led to, this fucking infection, I have a needle phobia. Like, I'm not joking. I cry and like I like freak out when I have to get needles. I had to get stomach injections. I'm also gonna cry thinking about it. That was for the blood clot in my lung. The thing about these stomach injections is they hurt like a bitch. Oh god, I'm right? It's the liquid, it stings. So when they pull the needle out, it like, oh, it stings so much because like that residue that's coming through where the needle was. Oh, I can't. I had the most aggressive nurse in the entire world, right? I befriended all my nurses because they were all like super young, like in their 20s. But there's always the one bitch, and it's in any situation ever. Like you could be in a room full of people you love and there's always the one bitch. Like you always have like that one fucking weird cousin. Like you always have that one creepy uncle. There's always like one bitch. So there was this one nurse who was so aggressive. I've never. They like tell you to go to sleep. They don't tell you to sleep. They're like, oh, okay, we're gonna like turn all your lights off now. And you're trying to go to sleep. But they come in like every 40 minutes to like check your blood pressure. So every 40 fucking minutes, I will be like half asleep and the bitch comes in, fucking rips my arm. I was like, I'm taking your fucking blood pressure. And I was like, okay, like just the most bogan Australian like 50-year-old woman being like, fuck. I mean, she was huge and I'm also huge, but if like we walked down the street together, we'd look like a right odd bunch. Ooh. And to make matters worse, my room was haunted as fuck. No. The room looks like it's haunted as fuck. Like, it's not actually haunted, but it looks like if you could make like the next fucking It movie, if you want to set a scene in a hospital, hit me up. I'm not joking. I spent the entire night looking to my left, waiting for Pennywise to make an appearance. Speaking of Pennywise, someone said I look like Pennywise. Someone said it's like my lazy eye that makes me look like Pennywise. And I was like, that is so rude. But you know what? I've heard worse. And by heard worse, I mean approximately 2 hours ago, someone said I look like Danny DeVito. So the doctor comes in on like 3 days later. Like I've been in hospital for 2 nights. And he comes in and goes, oh yeah, by the way, you don't have a clot in your lung. We just thought you did. So no more tummy injections. Me, huh? What do you mean you thought there was once you gave me tummy injections? Do you understand? Do you understand? Like clearly he's never had tummy injections because they fucking hurt. So even though I almost died on the floor of a waiting room, got a blood clot in my lung that wasn't actually a blood clot in my lung, didn't have a sexy daddy surgeon, it's okay. Because I got high on painkillers for a week. That's why I've been dead for a month. Anyway, I'm back in Malaysia now, so Flabby to Abby is back in action. I'll give you an update on Monday. I promise I'll actually post the video. Don't you fucking worry about it, cunt. I probably shouldn't use words like cunt. Oh yes, I should. I'm not apologetic that I'm me. So everything's fine. I'm healthy. I'm happy. Happy as I can be. Someone showed me an idea for an outro to be my favorite Snapchat since the last time I posted a video. So I think that's a very good idea. So that's my outro. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. If you didn't watch, well, you're not here to see this, are you? Don't like, don't subscribe because... Okay, my little Snapchat bitches. I just want to tell you something.